Hey everybody, welcome back to The Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in today, and thank you for your support. Today I'm going to be starting a new series called Vinyl Obscurities, and it's meant to highlight some things in my collection that I came across during my curating project. If you watched my last video, you know that I'm pulling out all my favorites, cleaning them, resleeving them, giving them a fresh listen, and I keep coming across these odd and interesting albums that are not very well known, and I wanted to highlight. So I decided the best way to do that is to start a small series highlighting these releases. Before I get started, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. If you like what I do, give me a thumbs up, hit like, subscribe, and notification. And also thank you to the couple of viewers that have sent in a donation to the Buy Me a Coffee fundraiser. It's listed below. All the details are there if you'd like to check it out and help support the channel in a small way. You can donate anything you like to that. So this one has been in my collection a long time. I bought it because it was an offshoot of Roxy Music. It's called Listen Now by Phil Manzanera in 801. Phil Manzanera started this project during Roxy Music's hiatus, I believe, around 1977. He enlisted Brian Eno, Godley and Krem, and a host of other musicians to create this band, and they did 2 albums. The first one, unusually, the first one was the live one called 801 Live, and this one is called Listen Now. This is what it looks like. Fabulous cover. Great painting up there with a court of a Crimson King, that kind of image. This is the back. Sorry for the reflection. This is a UK Polydor pressing, and this is what the label looks like. So this album is a showcase for Phil Manzanera's guitar, obviously. Has touches of Eno, has touches of Roxy Music, has touches of Pink Floyd, has touches of King Crimson. It's a progressive rock album. It's on the pop side. Another interesting thing about this album is he used the engineer that did the last 3 Roxy Music albums. So Rhett Davis, who engineered Avalon as well as Flesh and Blood and Manifesto, is the engineer on this. At times it sounds like almost like an Alan Parsons album at certain points in his career. It's got that very slick, smooth, polished sound. The first cut, Listen Now, really kind of stands out as sounding a little bit like an Alan Parsons cut. Very good sound, very good beat, interesting touches all throughout, interesting background vocals. There's sax in it, so it kind of reminds you a little bit of Roxy Music with Andy McKay. The vocals sound Eno-esque to me, like from Eno's rock music period. And it's just a great cut. Wonderful. A great way to start the album. I mean, I listened through the album a couple times recently, and with an album like this, you might think, oh, there's going to be weak cuts and just a couple of strong ones, but that's not the case here. The second cut is Flight 19. Starts out with like a sound effect of being in an airport, and then it takes off onto this great guitar journey that just kind of keeps elevating and going up and up with the background vocals carrying it forward. The third cut on the first side is Island. It's an instrumental, one of 2 on the album, and Island could find a place on a later Roxy Music album as maybe a closing track. Very beautiful sound, beautiful playing, and a mellow kind of contemplative sound. Then it goes into like another showpiece cut, which is called Law and Order. And that has, again, a nice dance beat. The dance beat kind of reminds me of Manifesto in a way. It's sort of like that. It's rock, but it's got a persistent dance beat. And that's just a beautiful, beautiful song with great guitar work, wonderful vocals. You know, the only thing I could say maybe about this is the lyrics maybe are a little lightweight for those of us compared, you know, to some of the other prog rock bands, but it still suits the music very well, and I think it's just fine. Side 2 starts with a short instrumental called Q-U-E, as in what, and that just is like a swirling guitar masterpiece that starts out the second side, and it moves into another showpiece cut called City of Light, which is like an industrial kind of chugging sound for the beat, and opens up into this incredibly interesting song. Lots of interesting engineering touches, just beautiful. It's like a gleaming, I always think of like a gleaming city. I don't know, maybe because of the cover here, but it just seems very futuristic to me. Initial Speed is another guitar workout in instrumental. And then you have 2 more cuts, both of them very, very strong. Postcard Love reminds me at times of Syd Barrett singing. Even the lyrics are a little bit like that. And, excuse me, just a beauty, a really good cut too. And then it closes with one called That Falling Feeling. And it's a grand ending to the album. Another beautiful cut with great background vocals and a nice grand finale that ends on a very odd kind of ominous note. It's a unique album. You really have to hear it for yourself. I noticed it is on streaming, so you can check it out before you think about getting it. But if you're interested in any of these bands or any of these influences I've told you about, you should definitely check out this album. It's unique, it's odd, it's obscure, and I think you would like it. It does sound very, very good, up to the quality of, say, Manifesto or something like that. So Rhett Davis did an excellent job on it. The pressing is Polydor Deluxe. It's I think it's the standard UK pressing. It just says Polydor Deluxe 2302074. And yeah, if you love guitar, the guitar work of Phil Manzanera, you will love this album. And I love it. It's going into my permanent collection for sure. So that is the Vinyl Obscurity #1. I have another one in the pipeline coming out very shortly, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.